Yeah, I'll do a little something different today. Seems like I've gotten several belt orders here lately. And I used up all the ones I've already made. So, I'll show you how they go from start to finish. Side of leather about half spent. And I cut the belt blanks out of Herman oak leather, 8 ounce, 7 to 8 ounce, and it's 2 pieces together, of course. But it's kind of cool how it's done. Little strap cutter is what it is, nothing fancy. Get it through and set it up for 1.5 inches. Famous last words. Here we go. There you go. You can buy belt blanks. It's a whole lot easier, and but it's not the same quality. The blanks, they're not cutting it out of the bend of the leather like I am, and they're not as firm. Get 2 pieces out of this. I'm gonna try. I'm no photographer, but I'm going to try and video most of the process of making this belt. Supposedly on their iPhone, nice and simple to do. Upload it straight to that there interweb. In theory, what I just came up with, 2 pieces of leather, 1.5 inches, a little over 1.5 inches, because I do some sanding on it. Bring it down to 1.5 inches. Put the pattern to it. I'll try and show you that, and show you how we do it. No real rocket science, but there is a lot of ways to mess it up. Well, I'm sure everybody has fancier ways of doing it than I do. People that make them pick out the best spot. This holster's measures 41 as you measure, and then you add 9 inches to get the total 50 inches. Boy, this is barely going to make it. Yeah, that'll do. So I'm going to cut that straight across there. About like so. I've got a fancy template right here. I guess you saw the other end of that, did you? 41 inches plus 9 takes it right up to 50. And that thing just barely made it in. Don't guess there'll be much waste, will there? And you get her just right. 50 inches. Make a little mark with the scratch awl, and I'll cut that out. While I'm here, I've got to mark where I'll punch the holes. That don't really happen till the very end. And I'll take the other end. I don't know if I'll get that on video or not, but it basically lays out where I've cut from. Make a couple of marks. I guess I'll show that. Be able to punch out the holes. Been working on a few lately. My fancy dancy boards I got here. When I get done with all this, the end will have the little belt slot, place for the keepers. Seems like every belt I make, I usually get all the way done and then remember I haven't made the keeper. Speaking of which, those 2 belts don't have keepers. So at least I'm true to course. So that'll probably take care of that part. Do a little cutting on her, and then if I feel like it, I'll start the video again. Alright, got her all lined up. This is probably all I'm going to be able to. Next time you see the next clip, I'll probably be dressed differently because I got to work on other things here in a minute. But we'll take off around the corner up here. I ain't used to trying to do it to where everything turns up in the camera. I guess I'll move that right there. I think that's a little off. Alrighty. This part of it. Had to turn my music off so I don't get sued for playing music on the videos. Don't talk a lot when I'm working, unless the missus is out here. She talks a lot. But she doesn't watch any of my videos, so I'm safe. Well, lost my ruler. Where'd that bad boy go to? Well, I don't see that ruler nowhere. There we go. I suppose it'd be easier if I kept a cleaner shop. There we go. No muss, no fuss. They got another. Usually sit down when I do all this too. And I'm just finding the center of the belt because I hate it when I get off center. That'll do. And make real sure that we're where we need to be. About get her. Make sure she's straight. Probably a loud noise. Watch me knock the camera off the tripod. Still there. Well, I don't know if I'm going to show the next part. I got to wet it. What I'll wind up doing is I skive a little bit of leather off there. That way whenever I fold it over, it's not as bunched up as it would be otherwise. Make some little marks, punch my hole, and set it up. And I'll start it up again, but because it's kind of hard to explain the next part. We'll see how she goes. I probably get loud here in a minute. It's just my sander that I use to true things up. Make it. I decided I'd go ahead and show it. You probably ain't got nothing better to do than watch this anyways. Watch me not have everything I need. Okay. A little water on there makes things go better. We're just going to take a little leather off. Not really a lot, but it's enough that it helps the leather fold over, not bunch up quite so much in that fold. That ought to do. And I didn't really prepare anything, so I'm hoping I got all my tools right here. That way maybe I can actually look like I know what I'm doing. although I won't fool those that really know me. Alrighty then. Got the right one in there, sure do. Got a template. The template tells me where to do this, but seems like eyeballing it goes a little better, to tell you the truth. Okay, forget about the camera for a minute and just make sure I don't screw this up. That ought to make it. And I put a temporary one in there just because I don't want to get done and find out they're not aligned right. Ask me how I know about that mistake. Yeah. And then we want dead center again. Oh, about right there. That right there will make it. In some ways, there's not a lot to making belts, but there's a lot of ways to really mess it up too. I haven't done just a whole bunch of them, maybe a dozen, maybe a little more. I'm going to let that dry in that position, kind of helps me out here in a little bit. And got my doubts about finishing tonight, but I got other things to work on, but we'll come back and show how to get the stitch lines put in and take it from there, give it a little coat of dye.